you the first bit with baptized by fire. Come on, yeah, put your lights out. It's a riot, Los Angeles. Come on now, burn it higher. It's a riot, Los Angeles, Los Angeles, Los Angeles.
What's up, you guys? This is DJ Asra from Baptized by Fire Rock is Dead, the second season. We are going on location right now to the world famous Viper Room in Hollywood to interview Jimmy Neco of Ours. He's there for the entire month of January with Jimmy Neco and friends. He's gonna have new people come up, guest singers come up. It's gonna be exciting. It's never been done here before, so I'm super excited. We had Jimmy in our studio about a year ago, and I was so loud, as we all know, I scared him. So I promised, or I think I scared him, I promised to be quiet, ask him some questions, and just let him talk. So we're gonna have another nice, intimate evening and have a cool conversation, and I'm hoping to get some awesome information for you guys. So come on, come out, rock out, keep it heavy and metal. This is a really cool thing you're doing. So this is Jimmy Neco and friends, and I know tonight it's with Beck Black, and you're gonna be on the West Coast for this tour, so for the whole month of January. So can you fill us in on why are you doing this, like where you're gonna be and everything?
Well, I'm gonna be playing here every Friday.
Okay.
For the month of January, and I have a few other shows here and there in some different places in Arizona and San Francisco, but mainly here.
Okay.
And yeah, this has kind of become a thing for me for January each year to come out. I still live in the East Coast, so well, first of all, just looking for any reason to get out of the cold.
Yeah.
So I started doing it back a couple of years ago, a show here and there.
Okay.
And yeah, this last time I just said, hey, why don't I just move in?
Yeah.
So
I think that's awesome. Well, I know you have a really dedicated group of fans, and they're very excited you're going to be here. So we want to know, Jimmy Neco, how is this going to be different than, let's say, like an Hours show? What can your fans expect?
Well, these shows that I do, they're all unscripted, basically. So I don't know what's going to happen for any of them until it's about to happen, song-wise or.
Really?
Yeah, I don't plan out.
There's no set list.
No set list.
Guys, that's fascinating.
Yeah, so I don't plan any of it out. I just take it as it comes.
Wow. And so what about also, like, do you have a set time, or you do just go till you want to go?
I just go until
That's pretty awesome. That's like a lot of creative freedom.
Yeah.
A lot of artists don't get that.
Yeah, I like it that way. I mean, I love playing with the band. That's you know, for me, what I really love to do the most. But this way, it gets to be really, it's interesting because we get into a different kind of groove, and I can kind of feel out the audience, and I can make a turn here, make a turn there, where usually with the band, you know, we're locked into, for the most part, locked into a plan. So.
Set, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like DJing. Like, you can either have a set list, or you go out in the crowd, you feel what's happening, and then you can like switch up tracks and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool because, like you said, a lot of times when you're seeing a band, you're just seeing a just straight set. So the fact that it's like this open creative thing, I think will even draw even more people. So it's Jimmy Neco and friends.
Yeah, because the thing is, I'll have people jump up with me here and there, play some songs and sing some songs, and
okay.
Yeah.
So how did you decide on like Nick Perry group? I was checking them out. They're awesome. They're from Philly, super soulful. How did you connect with them and decide that you want them to be on tour with you?
Well, we've done just recently we did a few shows back on the East Coast.
Okay.
Nick lives out here now, but he's originally from Philly.
Okay.
So yeah, he had a band called Silvertide, and this is his new project that he's doing in the pair group. So he's just he's a friend of mine, and I love him. And it just so happens that he's awesome as well.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things for our on location part of Baptized by Fire is we're calling it Rock is Dead. Because if you listen to the airwaves, if you go on the radio, it's all pop, hip hop, a lot of EDM has taken over.
Yeah.
And rock has just gone into the wayside. So we want to ask our artists this question, do you think rock is dead? And if rock is dead, what do we need to do, or what are you doing to revive it and keep it alive?
Well, this EDM thing, kind of seen it coming for a long time.
Yeah.
Because, usually a lot of these trends and stuff start in Europe, and you kind of gauge what's going to happen sometimes, often by what's going on over there, and that was the trend there for a bit. Rock bands kind of went away over there. Mm-hmm. But I think that rock and roll and rock music, I think it's very much alive in many people's lives and souls. I just think that in the popular kind of culture, it's not so out there anymore. Mm-hmm. So I know that there are big festivals still going on all around.
Yeah.
And I know so many people that still love that music, but I don't know what it is, if it's the new generation that's not so in love with it as much as we were growing up.
Yeah.
There seems to be a different, whole different experience in music that I've noticed. They're not taking it as much of like a personal thing anymore. For us, I know, the music that you listen to kind of defines you.
Yeah, that's true. Like in the 90s, like all the grunge bands and all that.
Yeah, you couldn't always find the words for yourself, and these different artists and stuff maybe spoke for you. And that's how you pick the bands,
Yeah.
The bands that you liked told a lot about your own personality, And I don't see that as much with a lot of the, there's music everywhere, just everywhere you go, music. And all day long, people have it on their iPhones and their devices and their computers, their cars, everywhere, listening to music. But it's just that experience definitely seems to be different than it was. And I think there was another, whole period of something that I noticed that happened. That was kind of annoying for me as I see it happened. There's a whole generation that happened where I just felt like it was not cool to like rock bands or anybody that went up there. It became a really taboo thing, like rock star. And,
you mean when? Like when the DJs came in, or when?
No, before that. I guess throughout, and Radiohead is one of my favorite bands in the world, but through a lot of bands like that happened, all of a sudden, what I noticed, and this could get a lot of people upset with me that I say this, but this is what I noticed. All of a sudden, people didn't want to see a rock star up on stage. They wanted to see somebody that felt like, like they can relate to, in the sense of like, oh yeah, that's like one of my buddies, or like it's a guy I'd hang out with.
Okay.
And the whole, where once it was like you looked up on stage and the whole presentation with the lights, the outfits, and everything, it just felt like, okay, well that's a show. And there was a little bit more of a separation from the people on stage and the audience. And
right.
Like they were up here and the audience was down here. What I noticed for a while is, for some reason, the audience started to not want that anymore. So much to the point of then, giving people like Tom York shit. Like the guy comes out in a leather jacket, and all of a sudden people are like, yeah,
they sold out.
We want to see you in a leather jacket. Like, for a long time, just wanted to see people kind of dressed down in their flannels and
Yeah.
messy hair and on t-shirts and you know, their messy
Just like
facial
regular
hair and it's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, it's like a regular normal guy. And I think that anybody after that looked a little bit different, not very popular for a long time. So it hasn't been, to me, it hasn't been popular for even, I mean, now it's really gone away, but it hasn't been, the rock music that I like
Yeah.
hasn't been popular for a very long time. I like, you know, I love growing up with Elvis Presley and looking at him, you know, Leather and Bowie and Jim Morrison and Michael Hutchins and Ian Astbury and Billy Idol. Like,
Those are rock stars.
yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
You know, I love all kinds of music, but I, you know, I really appreciated that and don't see a lot of that. You know, right into like 9 Inch Nails, also another cool rock star to me. Love Trent, Perry Farrell. But it just seemed like it went away. So to me, it's been going away for a real long time. Even Lenny Kravitz, you know, Lenny Kravitz, I love Lenny, and he's like one of the most talented musicians, you know, you could ever run into. But he's always cut so much shit. You know?
Yeah, I feel like he's more of an actor almost now. Like I'm used to seeing him in movies. Like, you know, I don't even remember the last time he's put something out.
Yeah, I know all of his stuff because I keep up on him, but he's still been putting stuff out and some good stuff here and there. But yeah, I guess we can probably talk about that for a long time. But
Well, what about the fact that, do you feel like when you said that somebody wants to see someone normal on stage, do you feel like it's getting, you know, how celebrity and the rag magazines and trying to like all social media, do you feel like it's because people want to feel that connection, like they can just talk to you? Like, how does that make you, how do you feel that now you're super connected with all your fans? I mean, how connected are you to social? I feel like you would not be the guy who's like on your iPhone all day long, or
no.
Yeah.
I've just over the last year gotten on Instagram, and I haven't enjoyed.
You don't like doing
that
it?
side of it at all.
The promotion.
It's just not what I signed up to do.
You feel like it's an intrusion.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, and it takes away all the mystique and excitement about what's going on. It gives people too much access. And I see that as a problem because the more they get, the more they want. It's not realistic. And so for me, I've always tried to limit, not necessarily my contact with people, but limit being like a whore when it comes to that stuff. I think it's gross. So.
Do you feel like that hurts your success or your ability to reach more people?
No. Some people happen to think that, but I don't think so. I think it just gives me more time to do what I'm supposed to be doing. Writing songs.
Yeah.
And, you know, playing shows, rehearsing, making records, playing shows. It's so distracting, that other stuff. And
it is.
And it's not real. It's something really weird.
It's like a facade, almost like a matrix kind of.
Yeah.
Well, you're very authentic, so it doesn't surprise me that you wouldn't, you know, be tweeting all day long and everything. And I think that's what your fans really appreciate about you, though, too. You know what I mean? Because you've stayed true to who you are. You haven't crossed over.
I tried the Instagram thing basically as a social experiment for myself, because I was touring with, this year I was out on tour with Lana Del Rey. And, you know, somebody had made a comment to me, like a lawyer or something, saying, you know, well, all your numbers are anemic.
That's a great term.
And, you know, part of me, I felt like, well, no, I don't give a
Yeah.
you know? But at the same time, I'm not trying to be obnoxious or like
This is not who you are.
too cool for it. It's not that. It's just like I honestly don't care.
Yeah.
You know, so I get it's not that I don't care about people. I just don't care about like numbers like that. Like, what do you want me to say? So if I get like 500,000 followers, friends, then all of a sudden my music has validity to it, or the work that I'm doing matters. So that's not how I measure
success.
Yeah.
I think that outside business people see that as then record sales. So if you can then reach that many people, that many more ticket sales, record sales.
Yeah.
You know, but again, that's the business monster taking over.
It's not translating 100%. It's not, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's happening either, though. Because I know people who have 500,000 followers or friends, and they go and play a show and 20 people show up still.
This is true.
So.
This is true. Fantastic. Well, so what is coming up next for you and for Jimmy Gnecco? Are you going to put out a new CD? Are you going to, is another video? Like what do you have planned in the works for your fans?
It's been writing a lot. We put out this record, Bally the Boxer, and that was like, it's a 2-part, maybe a 2 or 3-part record for us, because I had so many songs, and normally on say a record like Mercy for us, it's always, for me, like I always want it to be a really powerful, meaningful experience. And you know, I tried with the sort of lullabies, and Precious we didn't try really. We just kind of put some stuff together and said, fuck it, let's get past this time in life.
Hey, it
so
worked.
Then when Mercy came, I said, okay, it's time to really make the record the way I want to make records.
Okay.
So there's so much content and information on Mercy that to do that, it takes a lot out of me. So as we got ready for the next record, I realized that I had a lot, same deal, like a lot of information and a lot of songs with a lot of depth and intensity, sadness and stuff. And so we kind of cut the record up a bit and decided, okay, well, let's just kind of start the story with the first one. And not, you know, the goal is not to get too full of ourselves. It's not that. Or, you know, to get like a concept record or anything like that. It's just a lot of songs that we had.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
And it just felt like, wow, this is a lot of heavy stuff, emotionally heavy stuff.
Yeah.
So let's just start the story. So we did that with the first part of the record, and now we're about to get into more of the
Second part?
yeah, the more the like heavy, like the deeper stuff. So yeah, we're just gonna do that next.
That's intense. And then you obviously do everything back east. Do you have a recording studio in your house, or do you guys all meet somewhere, or like what's your process as far as coordinating all that?
It's changed a bit here and there, depending on what's up in life. But the last one we did mostly in a recording studio upstate in Hudson, New York, in a church.
Ooh.
Yeah, with this recording legend, a guy named Henry Hirsch. He's done all the Lenny records.
Wow, awesome.
So all those early cool Lenny Kravitz records, you know, Let Love Rule, Mama Said, Are You Gonna Go My Way, Circus. So, yeah, it's a beautiful room, beautiful instruments up there, and one of the last of the real recording studios out there. So we're gonna try to spend as much time there again as we can.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. Well, we do have one question from one of your fans. They wanted to know if you're going to be moving to the West Coast anytime soon. They think it's a great idea for you.
Maybe in some capacity, maybe, yeah.
Like winter, like you could snowbird out here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, a few things have changed in my life that might be dictating that, so.
Okay. And then is there anything else that you want your fans to know that they don't know, that you want to express that is really important to you, that they should understand?
that they should understand. Oh, this is a lot. There's a lot lately that's on my mind, to tell you the
Okay.
truth. Well, where would I begin? Most of them have the right idea about
Okay.
us and supportive, and that's been great, and we appreciate that. And you know, there's not much we can do. You know, I'm just a songwriter. You know, I'm a
Okay.
songwriter, and I write songs, and I make music, and you know, if you like it, that's nice that you like it, and I appreciate that when it happens. And if you don't, that's fine too. But ultimately, you know, the idea is like we don't really owe anything to anybody in any way.
I think that's important.
People need to understand that. You don't have to like the music, you don't have to listen to it. Like I said, if you do, then that's great, and we'll try to keep making music, you know, that we feel is great. And if what we feel is great and you feel is great comes together at the same time, then that's awesome. I think a lot of people missed this last record that we put out, to tell you the truth. I went
Okay.
for a long drive with it yesterday and listened, and I felt like, oh, you know, I gotta let people know, like,
Okay.
you missed it. I'm sorry, but
Well, they can catch up. We can all catch up and listen again. Where's the best place that we can buy your music? Where?
probably, I mean, we sell it these days through, I think well, definitely through iTunes.
iTunes.
Digitally, and also digitally through Bandcamp,
Okay.
and then vinyl and CDs and anything like that. That's all through our
Website. And that's really cool because a lot of bands are just putting stuff out digitally or CDs, but the fact that you can get your stuff on vinyl is really cool. And maybe, I don't know, maybe some of your fans don't know that, so that'll
Yes.
be really cool.
This is the first Hours record on vinyl.
Oh,
Through all
awesome.
these years, all the record companies never.
Let you, now because there's like a lot of DJs and stuff maybe? Like
Well,
vinyl's popular now?
we're doing it.
Oh.
I've always wanted to do it since
Okay.
our first record.
Okay.
Because that's, you know, you spend all this time and money, at least we did, trying to preserve the audio in the music,
Okay.
you know, with going through certain consoles and tape machines and all this stuff, and then you go and you put it down on a CD, and it destroys
Lose
most
it,
of the sound.
yeah.
So vinyl for us has always been very important, but like I said, the labels in the past, they just never really felt the need to do that. So now that we're on our own without labels, we make vinyl.
That's awesome. Right on. Well, are there any last words that you want to say or anything else
Last words.
before you start on this amazing January tour here in LA, West Coast style?
What can we say here, West Coast style?
You definitely brought the winter with you.
Yes.
So
Did that. I apologize for that. Sorry, as you were all bundled up.
it's emergency cold right now. Here, I can show you guys what I had to walk in with. This is what Jimmy has done. I have to wear this everywhere I go, in the day or the night. It doesn't matter. All right, continue.
Okay, well, sorry about that.
It's okay.
And
I'll survive.
you were hoping for some warm weather while I'm here.
It should get into the 70s, probably, if you stay long enough.
Okay. Well, I mean, thank you for taking the time to talk to me,
Of course.
and everybody out there, thank you.
All right, you guys, that has been our second intimate night with Jimmy Neco and friends. We are so happy to have been here. Thank you so much, and we will catch you later in the show. Keep it heavy. Okay.
The kick drum went away. It's good.
Yes, it did.
I'm not sure if I heard you screaming there. I mean, now I hear you. I hear you now. So check it out. I have to go now. Thank you very, very much from the bottom of my heart for being here with me tonight.
Thank you. Oh my God, you guys, that was a killer night. We are leaving the Viper Room. We are leaving Hollywood. That was an amazing interview. And you know what's amazing is this poor guy has the flu. And he still belted it out unbelievably. And he's so soft-spoken. You almost would think it's crazy that that voice comes out of that guy. And anyway, we had a great time. It was an amazing night. You guys have got to come out and see this. It's different people every week. Beck Black was awesome. That was his guest tonight. And we have an awesome interview with them. So that's right. Keep it heavy and metal. You can tweet me at The Real DJ Asra, at Ray Blanco, at Baptized by Fire X. And in the meantime, keep it heavy. Ow, ow!
It's closer to the first